Welcome back to High Technology. If you haven't watched the first part of this video where we featured the first top 8 of future technologies that will change the world, click the link on the description below. But before that, if this is your first time in the channel, discover more high-end technologies on the planet by subscribing to this channel and hitting the notification bell so you won't miss any incredible videos in the future. Now let's dive into the remaining new technologies that will alter the way we live, care for our bodies, and assist us in preventing a global catastrophe. Number 9. Carbon dioxide creation. A new crop of carbon-to-value entrepreneurs claim that it is possible to create things out of nothing, including alcohol, gasoline, protein, and clothing. Researchers want to take air, or more specifically the carbon dioxide in it, and turn it into something useful, much like how plants do it, eliminating harmful emissions in the process. They want to take the unwanted gas wreaking havoc on our climate and use only water and renewable electricity to turn it into synthesis gas, which can be used to make a variety of products that are typically made from fossil fuels. This new method of transporting carbon through our economy without taking it out of the earth produces oxygen as the only consequence. The world's first carbon-neutral, fossil-free aviation fuel was recently manufactured using pilot-scale equipment by electrolyzing CO2. High-end products like vodka, diamonds, and sportswear, as well as industrial materials like foam, plastic, carbon fiber, and concrete, as well as food, are all starting to be produced using CO2. The versatility of carbon allows you to create a wide variety of objects. However, the sector is still in its infancy. Future industrial production may be dominated by carbon dioxide creations. Number 10. Air taxi. It won't be long before public transportation and high chairs resemble flying taxis. For most city dwellers, rideshare services that let them get from point A to point B with a few taps on an app are nothing new. A previously suggested flying taxi concept has been introduced by a ride-sharing giant working with a car manufacturer. This concept could eventually handle air travel. They are known as urban air mobility vehicles, and Uber and Hyundai work together to develop them. Thus, the idea of a flying taxi is now a workable plan for transportation in the future. The vertical takeoff and landing of all electric aircraft would accommodate up to 4 passengers. In one of these air taxis, we might be traveling at 180 miles per hour for distances of up to 60 miles. In order to relieve traffic on city streets, it is planned to build a flying electric vehicle ideal for intercity travel that passengers might use to travel to various areas inside a densely populated area. The vehicle will make less noise and recharge in approximately 5 to 7 minutes because of its electric-powered rotors. By 2024, the first vehicle is expected to get US certification, and shortly after that, the first commercial flight is planned. Number 11. Injectable brain robots. A firm in California has created a nanobot the size of a rice grain that is intended to deliver medication to the precise area of the body where it is required. Imagine it as a tiny screw that travels through the veins while being guided by an invisible screwdriver, for example, until it reaches a tumor. Consider how a traditional pain reliever affects the entire body rather than just the spot that is hurting, or how chemotherapy flushes through all the veins rather than just targeting the tumor. All that might change thanks to these injectable brain robots. A tiny but strong magnet is within the nanobot. The device's internal magnet is rotated and made to move and change directions by an external magnetic field, which is the invisible screwdriver. The minuscule vehicle could be made further smaller by engineers, but the current size has the advantage of being large enough to be seen with the unaided eye. In addition, it can deliver more medication than a smaller version. Medical specialists can send a magnetic signal to the appropriate place and the device will release its medication. A game-changing nanobot could administer targeted treatment. Additional uses of the method after it has been refined could include treating various types of brain illnesses that are currently thought to be incurable. Number 12. Foldimate. If you have never been a fan of folding clothes as it takes so much time, worry no more. Foldimate could put a stop to it all. This robotic laundry folding machine was created by a California-based business. A software engineer who thought that folding laundry was a laborious task that could be done efficiently by a robot spent 2 years building his laundry folding gadget and shortly after had a patented technology. This was the inspiration for the creation of Foldimate. He created the initial prototype after receiving an initial round of funding, comparable in size to a typical washing washing machine. This article of clothing is clipped to 2 hooks by the user, who then pulls it into the machine. Then it is moved in all directions by a system of rollers and arms to straighten and fold. Shirts, blouses, pants, and dresses can be folded by the machine, but underwear and bulky goods like blankets cannot. Through a window at the machine's base, the folded items are returned in a stack. The designers claim that it can fold a complete load of laundry in less than 4 minutes. Previous iterations of the product had anti-wrinkling technology and scent element, but in order to make it market ready, it was revamped and made simpler, and your dreams about folding laundry are ended once you get a Foldimate of your own. Number 13. Robot Kitchen. A fully equipped kitchen contains a ton of useful tools that make cooking simple. There has never been an appliance that can manage them all, but now there is one. A robotics company in London developed the first robot kitchen, which took 6 years to design. It is centered around 2 robotic arms that glide along a track installed in your kitchen ceiling. 2 articulating hands are attached to the arms so they can imitate the gestures and actions of skilled chefs that have been stored in its memory. According to the manufacturer, the ceiling-mounted appliance would be able to prepare more than 5,000 different recipes and even clean up after itself. It will never be the same dinner gathering again. On a touch screen, you simply choose what you want to eat and let the machine do the rest. Of course, the robotic kitchen has still some abilities to learn. As a result, you might have to do some of the preparation work yourself. After that, spread out the pre-weighed components on the counter or in the refrigerator's smart compartment. Once an order is received, it may turn on the oven, take up and put down sauce, pans, and spatulas, stir, whisk, and flip. The robot completes the entire process. Adding these robots could lessen foodborne illnesses and viruses as well as enhance and maintain hygienic conditions. Number 14. Robot Maintenance Worker. Japan's railways are dotted with robots, and these maintenance-focused machines represent an innovative advance in the field of service robotics. They are intended to protect human life by taking on dangerous tasks so that employees don't have to. They have so far been used for heavy maintenance work that frees up human employees' hands to increase productivity and safety, as well as for repairs along electricity lines. On its railway service card, the entire setup can be transported wherever dangerous work is required. These robot repair bots will do away with the need for workers to sit in a crane or at the top of lofty platforms in order to complete the task. In addition to keeping them away from dangerously high voltages, these robots are safe to control remotely from the ground. Each robot has a camera attached in line of its head through which it views the environment. The pilot's virtual reality headset receives the visual feed and is subsequently delivered to the cockpit below. They direct the robot's movements in exchange. As of now, each robot has hydraulic crane arms that can reach heights of 32 feet and lift up to 88 pounds of weight. This business plans to use more machines in the future to perform hazardous operations like maintenance work in difficult to reach places like cliffs, slopes, or regions near strong electric currents. Number 15. Flood-proof house. While engineers and architects have been working to create flooding solutions, few have really shown to be successful. The loss of housing due to floods is an indisputable problem throughout the world. However, Japanese housing developers recently debuted a flood-resistant home that can not only float off the ground during floods but also remain waterproof during them, and it has drawn a lot of interest ever since it was made public. Even though it appeared to be a typical house when the test first started, by the time the water began rising around it, the structure rises from the ground and ultimately floats a few inches above it. Thick cables holding the home to a number of substantial iron rods protruding from the ground assure its stability when floodwaters rush by. The floating house returns to its original position when the floods subside. Additionally, the flood-resistant home includes unique vents that close in the case of flooding, and the plumbing has unique valves that stop water from entering the house. With its design, staying dry and secure is no problem. And that's a wrap of the 15 technologies that might just revolutionize the planet. What new technologies are you looking forward to the most? Have you tried using one of those? Let us know in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this content, please don't forget to like and hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you can always get to watch more incredible videos like this. This has been High Technology, serving you the best in cutting edge contents on the highest form of technology available on the planet. Until then, see you!